Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching 90 Day Fiancé. Let's get to the show.
Mothers always go with the daughters, and since
Yes,
her
I
mom
know.
can't be here, I'd love to go with her. You're not supposed to go. You know that you're not supposed to see the wedding dress. We traditionally have the mom and the daughter go shopping, and since her mom can't be here, I was just kind of hoping that it could be me.
Okay, so it's interesting because on one hand, yeah, I mean, it makes sense that she would really want to bond with her future daughter-in-law, and that's great. You want to see that sort of effort and that good feeling and that welcoming feeling. But then there's also this other element to this relationship that seems to contradict those warm, fuzzy feelings that the mom is giving off right now. I can't help but wonder how much, at least it's coming across to Julia, that the reason why the mom wants to be involved in the wedding dress shopping is mainly because she wants to be involved. The mom wants to be involved, and she also wants to be kind of in control or influential on things. Or is it purely just a warm-hearted feeling that she wants to be there with her? She wants to bond with her. It's a special time. It's like if someone that I know wants to go looking for a guitar, I'm a guitarist, and so I actually really enjoy it when they involve me in buying a guitar. They're like, I've never bought a guitar before. What should I do? I'm like, I get so excited. I'm like, okay, we're going to go here. We're going to go there. You're going to try this out. And, I'm going to insert my own opinions because I got opinions about guitars. So maybe it's like that. But again, given what we've seen, you just have to wonder, is it really that? Or is there something else underneath that? Is she aware of that underneath thing? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Since I don't have any, daughters that I could take dress shopping in the future.
Russian people go with best friend. And I have...
Oh, he's your best friend.
Yeah, it is going to be a special thing for her. I do want her to go with somebody she'll feel comfortable, just so she doesn't have to go with a stranger.
I'm not a stranger.
So again, it's weird because on one hand, okay, the mom is saying that she wants to bond with her. On the other hand, there's pretty clear messages from Julia and from Brandon saying, we don't want you there. We're going to go the two of us. We understand that I'm not supposed to see her before the wedding, but we're going to forego that right now. And anyway, there's pretty clear messages to the mom of just like, we don't want you there. But the mom is now arguing with them to try to insert herself. So if it's really trying to bond with Julia, then why would you do that? This is my cringe hand motion.
Of course, I want my mother go with me, but I don't have choice. And I don't want Betty go because I don't want she try change my mind if I like something dress. And I know this is happening.
Right. So Julia is predicting that the mom is going to insert herself, subtly or not so subtly, into the decision-making of the dress. And Julia doesn't want that because that's what the mom has presented thus far, that she doesn't really care what Julia wants. She doesn't really care what Brandon wants. She cares what she wants. So I guess if we get to watch that scene, we'll see how it plays out. Maybe the mom will rise above it and be there for Julia. I could see that happening. I give it a 50-50 chance. Let's watch.
So, you think she's gonna like the more form-fitted, or do you think she's gonna like the princess look like a
Form-fitted.
Form-fitted.
Yeah. Don't make faces, don't make comments about what you like. Try not to do that. Stay completely neutral, please.
Really?
Interesting. I don't think we've seen this kind of life from Brandon. So Brandon is saying, Mom, don't give your opinion. Stay neutral. It's a very interesting way that he was putting it to, is kind of forceful. And I think it makes sense because he knows that Julia doesn't want Betty to force her opinion because that's what Betty does. That's what her track record is to this point. So Brandon is advocating for Julia. But there's a different way to say this, right? Say, Mom, I understand that you're really interested in this, but Julia kind of wants to be free to decide for herself about the dress. And so I'm really glad you're here, but if you could just kind of tone it down a little bit. There's a different, so I'm saying, I'm role-playing a different way to say it in a way that I don't know. Now, maybe Brandon is thinking, if I have any subtlety here, my mom is going to capitalize on that and just bulldoze forward anyway. So if I don't really draw a line, then nothing will change. But this is interesting. And the mom is saying, oh, now, is this a good move? Is this a positive mood for Brandon and Julia and the mom, frankly? Maybe the mom needs to hear this. Maybe the mom needs Brandon to say, no, Mom, don't do that. I don't like it when you do this. Stop that. Maybe the mom will benefit from that. And I've seen this before, where people like her will force themselves and bulldoze and control, but it's only because no one ever really overtly indicates that they don't like it. And as soon as someone does that, then they're like, oh, okay, I guess so. I'm a little hurt, but I get it. And they have enough compassion as a human being, enough care and love and self-esteem to withstand that and say, okay, I'll adjust. Let's see what the mom does.
Yeah.
But doesn't my
No.
opinion count?
You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Just, yeah.
Thank you for letting me know.
Okay, we hear the mom saying, well, so does my opinion count? So that seems like there's a lot of hurt there. And it looks like she's about to cry. I don't know. But my hypothesis for the mom from the beginning, I'm trying to remember the way that she came across, particularly when they were at dinner and Brandon was saying to the mom that they were going to move out, right? And the mom seemed to be coming from a place of deep, deep pain. And that's been my hypothesis from the beginning, is that she was significantly traumatized when she was very young, either through abandonment or criticism or abuse, and maybe even a sexual component as well, because she seems to have difficulty with sexual boundaries. I don't know, but there seems to be some indication of that. And so for Brandon to just say, shut up, essentially, is what Brandon is saying. The mom could be easily triggered to that place when she was 4 years old and being told to shut up or whatever was happening to her. And it might be hard for her to manage those feelings of being triggered, those traumas being triggered. That will make it hard for her to manage her feelings as this progresses. But let's see if she can remain differentiated. The differentiated state or conundrum in this situation for the mom is, I'm feeling pretty hurt by what my son just said. And is there more behind that? Does Julia want me to shut up too? Is that that's pretty hurtful? And couldn't you be a little bit nicer about that? Why'd you have to be such a jerk face in the way that you said that? I'm really hurt. I want to cry. I want to lash out. I want to storm out of this room. But you know what? I feel like Brandon is being unfair, but I'm going to rise above it. And I'll go home later and I'll talk to my husband and I'll talk to my therapist tomorrow about this. And that'll be a time for me to cry, but not right now, because this is Julia's time. This is Brandon's time. I'm going to keep it cool. And that's what I want to do. So let's see what the mom does.
I'm really excited to be here because I never had my own daughter that I could go dress shopping with. But I guess I'm a little taken back the fact that Brandon asked me not to voice my opinion. I was a little surprised about that. That just doesn't sound like Julia. That sounds more like Brandon.
Okay, that's actually good that she thinks it's coming from Brandon, because if she thought it was coming from Julia, then she could discount it. It's like, it's that pesky Julia again. My golden boy would never say that to me. But instead, she's saying, actually, I don't think that's coming from Julia. I think that's coming from Brandon. And I think that's a good shift. I think we might be seeing some healthy actions here between Brandon and the mom, where Brandon is standing on his own 2 feet. Now, let me talk about things I've been talking about for a while with Brandon, which is that there are various stages to developing assertiveness and knowing who you are. There are various stages of coming out of dependency. So if we talk about normal development, at the age of 4, the child will say, I don't want to eat that. I want to eat that thing over there. And within reason, you allow that to happen. Okay, you don't want pizza, but you'd rather have lasagna. Okay, here's your lasagna. Or a 16-year-old who says, I don't want to take math. I don't want to take advanced math in high school anymore. I want to take, PE or whatever the kid says. And as a parent, depending on the situation, you allow that child to assert themselves. Or they say, I don't want to come home at 8:30 anymore. I want to come home at 9:30. And you hear that and you talk with them and maybe you negotiate on that. And so at each step of the way, the child gets in touch with their needs, they listen to you as a parent, and they negotiate in a way that is age appropriate. A 4-year-old isn't going to negotiate in a mature manner. A 16-year-old is not going to negotiate in the way a 28-year-old will. The way we just heard Brandon talk is the way perhaps a teenager would talk, maybe even someone a little younger. Mom, shut up. That's the way a teenager, when they're asserting themselves to their parents, they haven't really graduated to a stage where they can be diplomatic and they can communicate their needs without hurting other people's feelings, where they can take other people's feelings into account. And so the vibe from Brandon was, Mom, be quiet, just shut up, just be neutral. And if he were a little bit more mature in that action, he would have been more diplomatic and nicer about it. Now, again, maybe Brandon, if he were here, would be like, no, you don't understand. I got to be real strong with my mom or else nothing is going to change. But maybe what we're seeing is that Brandon is starting to emerge, given what's been happening, given Julia's influence. Maybe Julia is an excuse for him to finally do what he always wanted to. And now he's going into his teenage rebellious stage. And the mom is now hearing that going, whoa, that's interesting. I've never seen that before, because she might not have ever allowed that to happen before. And so maybe this is a good adjustment. It's a step along the way. We would eventually want to see Brandon graduate to a place of more diplomacy and more care and more frequent communication around what he wants and more frequent checking in with what he wants. I'm hypothesizing completely. We would have to ask Brandon if any of this was true. And this is true whenever I say anything. I'm basing it on a reality TV show, very limited information. We would really have to ask them. When I assess people for real, it's over weeks and months or years, and I talk with them. They can tell me their inner experience. I can engineer the questions in a way that elicits the information I need, and I don't have that opportunity. But it is food for thought.
You like that one? You like that one?
Brandon, what kind you like more?
The last one.
Brandon, please more emoji because you like doll. You see it like, fine.
It's
Fine.
no, they're all nice.
So I wonder what's going on for Brandon. Is he coming from a place of he just literally doesn't care and can't differentiate? It wouldn't be uncommon for someone to be like that. He doesn't have probably a lot of experience looking at wedding dresses, and he said earlier he doesn't really have an opinion about it. So he's just like, yeah, I don't really. Now, he could have a little bit more enthusiasm. Be like, honey, I'm really sorry. I'm having a hard time differentiating between the dresses. Just a little bit more involvement. It's like they dragged her younger brother along, and the younger brother's like, I don't know. It's like, dude, this is your wife. This is the wedding address. Like, get into it a little bit. So what's going on there? Is he trying to show off for the cameras? Is he trying to say, I'm the man and I don't like these kinds of things? There's a lot of that kind of posturing that men are forced to do as a way of proving that they are a real man. Real men don't care about fashion or dresses or anything like that. It's just like, come on. So is it that? Or does he not even know his feelings and he doesn't even really know what he wants? If he doesn't know what he wants, how can he make a judgment about a dress that someone else might wear? Maybe that's what's going on. Is he also trying to create a vibe of, look, you decide, because if I start getting involved, then my mom's going to get involved, and then there's going to be a fight? Is that what he's doing? Because he seems to be kind of playing up his nonchalantness about this whole thing. I don't know. Maybe we'll see some information here.
Talk. Speak.
What?
Please talk.
What do you want? What
do
you like?
you like? Talk about what you
I
like.
said what I liked. I think Julia wants me to be like, the one you picked, that's my favorite dress, but she told me to be honest beforehand, and that's what I'm doing. It's not my favorite.
You like this one, though?
No, I like all of them.
So I wonder if it's, I don't know, did I hypothesize this option as well? That he has been in this situation before with Julia or maybe others, where he's like, if I even have an opinion, and then especially if I state it, and the other person disagrees with me, then we're in a situation where we're having a conflict, we're in a fight. And so it's better if I don't have an opinion, one, and two, if I do, I don't communicate it. I just want to please everyone, and I just need you to pick a dress. Because if I say I like the second one and you like the first one, well, now we're in a fight. And you're always going to wonder if I hate the dress, because as you're coming down the aisle, you're going to be like, well, he liked the other one. He hated this dress. So it's better if I don't say anything at all. I'm guessing that's what's going on, because it certainly would explain how forceful he's being about his lack of opinion.
I mean, they're all nice.
You don't like first?
No, I like the first one. I like all of them.
I know this happened.
I would have told you.
I know this happened. I say, Brandon, please, don't say like, I like this.
Interesting. Interesting. So Julia is saying to us right now, I predicted this was going to happen. I knew that when we got here, you were just going to say, I like this, and you were going to say you like everything and not involve your opinion. And this is a very common complaint for the people who are with dependent people. The Julias of the world will say, Brandon, when you don't have an opinion, it bums me out. It makes me feel like, one, you don't care, you're not paying attention, you're not invested. It's very bothersome. I need you to be in the room. I need you to be a real human being. If you are a ghost, that's another word that I will sometimes use as a metaphor for dependent people. If you're a ghost, when I reach for you, I'll just, reach right through you. And I won't be able to grab onto anything because there's nothing there. If you don't have opinions, if you don't have wants, if you don't have wishes, if you don't have dreams, if you don't have goals, if you don't have anger, then you're just nothing. There's nothing there. You're just a ghost. And so I knew this was going to happen because it's happened to me before with you, Brandon. You frequently will do this to me and you'll be a ghost. It's very distressing because I'm reaching for you because this is us getting married and I'm getting no contact. And I told you when we go to get a wedding dress, I need you to be in the room. Now, for Brandon, to suddenly not be a ghost is a tall order. If you've never been allowed to be in the room, if you don't even know who you are and what you want to insert yourself in the room, then you're going to be very anxious in this situation, especially a situation like this. You're on camera, there's a lot of pressure. And he doesn't know what. Now, Julia, for her part, she's just like, look, I'm open to your opinion. I just want your opinion. I'm not going to flip my wig if you don't like the dress that I like. I just need you to tell me because you are going to be my husband and I need you to like the dress. Let's talk about it. So that's interesting. Let's rewatch that because I really like scenes where it's a peek into a larger dynamic. Let's watch.
I think Julia wants me to be like, the one you picked, that's my favorite dress, but she told me to be honest beforehand, and that's what I'm doing. It's not my favorite.
You like this one, though?
No, I like all of them. I mean, they're all nice.
You don't like first?
No, I like the first one. I like all of them.
I know this.
So you see that face that he's making. I like all of them. It's that I'm just trying not to get in trouble here. Just tell me what to say so that everyone stops asking me questions. I just want everyone to be happy. I don't have an opinion because if I have an opinion, that means I might contradict you. So I've just been over here just trying to get my mom to not have an opinion. And I don't have opinions anyway because if I do, then we might get into a fight. So just pick up dress because I just want to marry you. Can we just move on to the next step? It's a state of anxiety. Anyway, so let's hear Julia's statement again here.
I would have told you.
I know this happened. I say, Brandon, please, don't say like, I like this. I like this too. I like this too.
So right, in the limited time she's had with Brandon, she knows that that is his pattern, and it bothers her. Now, Julia's communicating it really well. There's a lot of other ways that other couples on the show would communicate this in a much more ham-fisted, aggressive, accusational way. What's wrong with you, kind of insulting. And Julia's very light and very healthy in her attitude. She seems to trust other people pretty well and have the ability to complain without making it complicated. She's just like, I knew this would happen. I don't like this about you. I don't like it when you do this. I mean, she wasn't even that aggressive, the way that I just role-played it. So she's communicating it, but it's a tall order to ask someone with dependency personality issues to suddenly be in touch with who they are and what they want and tolerate conflict potential in relationships. So let's watch.
Brandon, not like talk with me about what I want, how I feel, and him not happy about nothing, and like him not show me like what he wants.
He was out of his element. He had no clue what to even try and do to help.
So both could be true, that he's out of his element and he doesn't know what he wants. But I'd find it hard to believe that he isn't like, I really like you in that dress. I really like the way you look. I don't know what it is about that dress, but I really like that. It'd be strange if he had no opinion at all. It's possible. It's also likely that Julia is correct, that he has a pattern of not knowing what he wants, and that distresses Julia. Now, for Julia, which is common, she believes that it's just a light switch that he can turn on and off, and that Brandon chooses to keep it off. And all he has to do is just willpower himself to turn the switch on, and then suddenly he has opinions and can suddenly tolerate the conflict potential of even having opinions, which isn't usually true. But let's continue watching.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you, Kate.
She's torn on which one she likes the most. And we'll just give us a call and we can set up a follow-up.
All right, this was fun.
I had a blast.
Okay, I will give 2 thumbs up to the mom for tolerating a difficult situation. At the beginning, I said the differentiated issue is I'm hurt, I'm about to cry, I feel insulted, I want to be involved, what's going on here? But I'm going to rise above this because I want to make this a nice experience. This isn't about me, this is about Julia. And the mom handled it pretty well, so good for her. If you want to email me, you can use the link below. You can go to psychologyinseattle.com and click on the contact button. If you comment or you're on Instagram or the other places, it's not necessarily going to reach me. And so if you want to contact me, you got to go through the website and click on the contact button, follow the instructions, and email me from there. I read every email. I really enjoy hearing from y'all. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.